This is KNF7. You're tuned to the quiet side of the signal, where the static hums low and the lights flicker with purpose. If you're listening, it means you made it through another week, and for that alone, I'm glad you're still here. Welcome to Salvage and Sanctuary, a transmission for the keepers. The ones still gathering warmth from rusted coils and stitched blankets, who know the difference between what's useful and what's sacred. This isn't for the fast movers or the signal chasers. This is for the ones who've built something small in the dark, a corner, a room, a ritual. Tonight's segment is soft. No procedures, no fallout hacks, just a story. A fragment from someone who once found shelter in the unlikeliest place and chose to stay.
There's an old railcar west of Outpost F12, half sunk in clay. You wouldn't look twice unless you were looking to sleep out of the rain. I found it while tracking a lost supply runner. They didn't make it. The trail was too cold, but the railcar had a blanket folded in the corner. Folded, not dropped, not left behind, folded. There were candle stubs melted onto a coffee tin, burn marks in a circle, one for each night someone sat there, warming their hands. A cracked mirror nailed to the wall, a chipped cup still resting on its hook. It wasn't shelter, it was sanctuary. I stayed. First night, I just listened, to the wind, to the creak of metal settling into mud. Second night, I swept the floor, not because I had to, because it felt right. By the third night, I caught myself whispering, "I'm home," as I laid down. In a world that burns everything you love, that little rail car hadn't been touched by fire, just time. If you find it, I left something beneath the blanket, something small. Take it if you need it, or don't. Maybe leave something of your own. Make a quiet place louder with memory.
The blanket stayed folded, but time kept moving, and eventually someone else found that rail car. What you're about to hear was recorded much later, but somehow the moment still echoes. A new voice, a different kind of silence, and a choice.
I found it, the rail car. I think it was nearly a year after this was recorded. The tracks were nearly swallowed by then, but the blanket was still there, faded but folded, still folded. I almost didn't lift it. It felt personal, like it might hum if I touched it wrong, but I did. I lifted the edge and found what they'd left. It was a small wooden carving, smoothed from handling. A rabbit, I think, or maybe a dog. The ears were rounded. It was wrapped in a scrap of cloth, stitched with the word safe. I sat down right there and cried. Not loud, just long. I didn't take it. I left a button from my coat instead, one with red thread still tangled in the eye.
Not every safe house is built with concrete. Sometimes sanctuary is a shape the silence takes when the wind calms down. Sometimes it's a coat hung by a door, a scent that shouldn't still linger, a blanket folded with care, even when no one's coming back. Before we close the frequency completely, a signal fragment was logged from just outside Sector 9. It carried the same cadence, same hiss, same voice pattern, only altered. distorted like it had passed through something.
Recording this from inside the railcar now. I came looking for shelter, not for stories. But I think something's been here since the last voice left a trace. The mirror's broken now, not shattered, cracked clean across, like it split itself to hold too many reflections. And there's a new mark scratched into the wall, right beneath the hook where the cup used to hang. 3 lines, one horizontal, one deep enough to catch my thumb. The carving, gone. There's ash in the tin again, still warm. I don't think I'm alone.
We're tracing the echo now, and it's not staying still. Transmission 002 will attempt to recover it next Friday. Whether it's a warning, a memory, or something older, we don't know yet. But if the wires hold and the voice returns, you'll want to be listening. And until then, breathe easy. Wherever you are tonight, I hope your walls are holding. I hope your breath is steady. And I hope something near you was once placed with intention. If you've ever stumbled on a place like that, a corner of peace in a broken world, tell me, what did you find? What did you keep? And what did you leave behind? This is a one-way signal, but the wires remember. Leave your stories in the dust, in the comments, or in the static. You never know who might need them.
That concludes tonight's transmission. But before we let the wires go dark, a signal fragment's reached us from deeper in the dust, a voice you might recognize, or maybe only dreamt. Broadcasting now from an undisclosed shelter, this is the musical debut of KNF7's one and only Delphine. Stay tuned, stay warm, and let the hiss carry you home. This is I Heard You in the Hiss.
I heard you in the hiss, love, buried deep beneath the snow. The wires cracked, the static kissed, and still your signal stole the glow. You spoke of ash and folded cloth, of rails half sunk and stories slow. I tuned the dial, I held my breath, but you faded like the warmth in snow. So talk to me slow, through the dust and the dark, where the rails don't hum and the circuits spark. I'm tuned to your whisper, I'm wound to your core. If you're lost, love, just load the tone. I'll be listening still through the hiss. You said the mirror split in two, that something watched you from the shelf. The carving gone, the blanket folded, the kind of care you save for self. I wrote your name inside the fog. I press my hand to face beside the pump, just hoping you'd come back at last. So talk to me low, let the copper line bleed, let the vault light shake, with the silence plead. I'm tuned to the tremor, I'm caught in the thread. If the wires hold, if the voice isn't dead, I'll be waiting right here through the hills. Maybe it was just a bounce, a pulse off the silo wall. But you called, I know you called. So talk to me slow, through the dust in the dark, where the rails don't hum and the circuits spark. I'm tuned to your whisper, I'm wound to your code. If you're lost, love, just